We've all heard about 5G, the revolutionary technology transforming everything from our internet speeds to how we connect devices. But what's next? Introducing 6G, the sixth generation of wireless technology. While 5G is still being rolled out around the world, researchers are already hard at work developing 6G, promising us faster speeds, smarter networks, and a more connected future. So what exactly is 6G, and how does it differ from 5G? Let's dive in. To understand 6G, we first need to recap what 5G brought to the table. 5G promised ultra-fast speeds, ultra-low latency, and the ability to connect millions of devices at once. It enabled technologies like smart cities, autonomous vehicles, and the Internet of Things. But as powerful as 5G is, it still has its limits. Enter 6G, which aims to go beyond just faster internet. It's not just an upgrade, it's a full transformation of our connectivity landscape. Let's start with the numbers. 5G networks offer speeds up to 10 gigabits, but 6G is expected to exceed that by 100 times, reaching speeds up to 1 terabit per second. This means downloading a full-length 4K movie in just seconds, or even enabling real-time 8K streaming with zero lag. Now let's talk about latency. Latency is the delay before data begins to transfer after an action. 5G reduced this to about 1 millisecond, but 6G is set to achieve sub-millisecond latency, basically instantaneous data transfer. This kind of response time could make technologies like augmented reality, virtual reality, and remote surgeries almost seamless, as if they're happening in real time. So how does 6G work? The core technologies that make 6G possible are completely new. First, 6G is expected to use terahertz waves. These are much higher frequencies than 5G's millimeter waves. Terahertz waves will allow for incredibly high data rates, but they don't travel as far and are more easily blocked. This means 6G will need more dense infrastructure, like small cell networks, to make up for the shorter range. 6G will also heavily rely on artificial intelligence for network management. AI will monitor traffic, anticipate demand, and dynamically allocate resources to prevent overload. This makes the network smarter and more efficient, adapting instantly to changing conditions. The technology has the potential to unlock new industries, such as fully autonomous factories and personalized healthcare, and make existing ones more efficient and effective. So when can we expect to see 6G? Experts estimate that we won't see commercial 6G networks until around 2030. Many countries, including the US, China, Japan, and South Korea, are already in fierce competition to lead in 6G technology, with significant investments being made in research and development. 6G is a step toward a fully connected, intelligent, and autonomous world. So are you ready for the next generation of connectivity?
This is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 11. It reads, "Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant. We are not ignorant of his devices." Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakah. From the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp here in Trinidad, with another edification to the power and spirit of Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai. Okay, so first and foremost, Kal Halayam La Alahayanawa Yahweh Bahasham Yahushai Bahasham Rakaha Kodash Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai Barakata Yahweh Barakata Yahushai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone at Ruel. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching the truth throughout the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and their freedom to do so now more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat, which is the sisters that listening and learning. The title of this edification is, "Are you ready for the next generation of connectivity?" Are you ready for the next generation of connectivity? As you could see, the clip that was played there, which was going into 6G technology and what have you so forth. Alright, and the narrative that they are pushing with it, pursuant to, this is a right step, a good step, within the direction of technology and what have you so forth. Alright, that is going to be beneficial for the world and what have you so forth. Alright, but again, pursuant to the scripture, 2 Corinthians 2:11, least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Alright, we who in the loop, we who in the know, through the power and spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, we know what this is all about. Alright, this is a step closer, another step closer towards Esau, Edom and his beast system. Alright, the infrastructure towards his beast system and what have you so forth. That is actually going to fool the world. That is actually going to fool the world into falling into this system. Alright, by the means of their false miracles. Alright, as the scripture says in Revelation. Let's see if we could get that. Revelation chapter 13, and I think it's verse 14, I believe, or verse 12. I think it's verse 12. Let's see from verse 12. Actually, it's verse 14. I was correct, but I will have to start at verse 12. Alright, this is Revelation 13 and 12, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him. That first beast is who? That first beast is the ancient pagan Roman Empire. Alright, that power where they had that, pursuant to their policies and what have you so forth. Alright, their laws and what have you so forth. Because remember, the pagan Roman Empire was the one that was in rulership at a point in time. Alright, this was the fourth beast. Alright, and America with the European Union and NATO, they are actually the remainder of the fourth beast. This is Rome all over again, Rome 2.0. Alright, so as it says here, and he caused the earth and them that dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. And he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men, which goes into the atomic bombs, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. But the point, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth. Alright, this is verse 14, by the means of those miracles. Alright, by the means of those miracles, because 6G and all what it entails, all what it can do, all what they're professing that it can do and whatnot, so forth, is these are actually false miracles. Alright, these are actually false miracles because remember, this thing is tied in with AI technology and all these things. Alright, all these things that enabling them to have full autonomy, full control and whatnot, so forth, alright, over the masses and what have you, so forth. And not only that, pursuant to the how to put it, boy, pursuant to with medical issues and stuff like that, for lack of better terms, lack of better words. Alright, with science and what have you, so forth, these things. Alright, you yourself being connected. Alright, that's why again, this edification is titled, Are You Ready for the Next Generation of Connectivity? Because make no mistake, with the 6G technology that they are rolling out and whatnot, so forth, is actually for you. All right, to be is actually for you to be is actually for you to be connected. All right, is actually for you to be connected to this. Which actually for you to be connected, literally, physically within their system of things. Pursuant to this 5G technology by the way of the RFID microchip, all right, and the brain chip and what have you, so forth. All right, this is what it is here. All right, so it says, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power, all right, which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, all right, saying to them that dwell on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. All right, this is them coming back into power via that Renaissance period. All right, that deadly wound that they managed to survive. All right, so this is what this thing is all about, and when you know something, let me see something. Let's go to something here. Let's just look at something. Let's just check something here together. Will the RFID chip be incorporated with the 6G technology? Let's see what they have to say. AI overview. It's right. So good. So yes, RFID and 6G, all right, are expected to be deeply, all right, are expected to be deeply converged rather than using implanted microchips for tracking people. This integration, now it will be, the RFID chip will be implanted. All right, it will be implanted. All right, rather than using implanted microchips for tracking people. This integration involves merging advanced wireless tracking with cellular networks. Now they feel they're smart because they feel they saw what the trickery. All right, because their main intentions, one of their main intentions, again, but they were sorry I don't have the clip. All right, but you brothers and sisters, all right, you all know, all right, for a fact that they've been saying by 2030, one of their main agenda by 2030 is to make the use of cell phones obsolete. All right, where basically the cell phone will be inside you. All right, you will be the walking, you will be the actual device itself. All right, and the only way that can be take place is for you to literally physically be incorporated, all right, with this digital system. Okay, with this digital system and fast tracking technology by the way of what? By the way of 6G. So it says involves merging advanced wireless tracking with cellular networks. 6G natively aims to combine communication, computing, and environmental sensing, which will use RFID systems to help map objects, manage networks, resources, and power the Internet of Things. All right? the Internet of Things, you know, that goes into what? That goes into everything smart. Alright, electric vehicles, alright, computers, okay, anything that is any smart technology, there's what this whole thing is about, the pursuit to the Internet of Things. Alright, and this is what they want. They want to infuse you with the Internet of Things. That's why you have what? Let me see something here. What is the Internet of, look at here. What is the Internet of Bodies? IOB. Alright, they call it the Internet of Bodies is an extension of the Internet of Things. Oh boy, that connects the human body, yeah, that connects the human body to digital networks. It involves the ecosystem of the internet connected devices that are worn, swallowed, or implanted to monitor personal health data or alter bodily functions. The Internet of Bodies spans three main categories of integration, ranging from everyday wearables to advanced implants. All right, and all of this will be connected via their what? All of this will be connected via their 6G technology that they are about to roll out. This is what this thing is. And as you heard, the lady was saying, yeah, I can't remember the word. What is latent? What is latency? Latency is the delay between a user's action and a system's response. In computing, it is the time it takes for data to travel from its source to its destination and back. It is typically measured in the milliseconds, and the goal is always to keep it as low as possible. And as you heard her, as she said, all right, with 6G, it will cut out, basically, it will cut it out, it will break it down into sub-seconds. So in no time at all. All right, in no time at all. So this thing here, all right, this the whole 6G technology, all right, because remember it's going to infuse with everything, has been going to be connected with everything, even with the Internet of Bodies, and they need for that to take place, all right, in order for the AI technology to process everything efficiently. You understand? To process everything efficiently and what have you, so forth and what have you. All right, the transferring of data in order to be able to precisely monitor everyone that is connected to the system. All right, in order for them to enforce things like carbon footprint, in order for them to enforce things such as what do I call this thing again? The social credit score system, along with it was now in my head there, you know, the carbon footprint, social credit scores, blockchain technology, and what have you, so forth. Okay, because these things, it deals with heavy data. It deals with data. All right, this is what this whole thing is about. You understand? This is what this whole thing is about. And you know, the convenience this thing will be providing. A lot of people is going to fall for it. Yeah, a lot of people is going to fall for it. Alright? That's why the scripture, let's go to Revelation. I think I will go to the blue letter for that one. Alright, Revelation 16. Revelation 16 and 2, where I will start at 1. Revelation 16:1, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your ways, and pour the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore, alright, upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. So now let's go to the interlinear, and we're going to go into a couple of words here, into a few words here. Okay, let's look at the word noisome. Alright, noisome.
Strong's G 2556. Carcass. Carcass.
Alright, the word is carcass, noisome. It says what? Of a bad nature, not such as it ought to be, of a mode of thinking, feeling, acting, base, wrong, wicked, alright, troublesome, injurious, alright, injurious, alright, pernicious, destructive, banful, alright, because this is what this thing is. This is what this thing is. This whole system, not just only the chip, but the technology itself and the power that is used to fuel the chip and what have you, so forth. Alright, and you know, the power that is fueled to take away the latency and whatnot, so forth. Alright. Alright, let's come out of that. And let's go to the word grievous.
Strong's G 4190. Paneras. Paneras.
Alright, paneras. It says, full of laborers, annoyances, hardship. Alright, pressed, harassed by labors. Alright, because labor goes into what? Into work, right? And what this thing is, what this thing is all about? This thing is literally bringing you into digital slavery, into a serf. All right, where you will be continually and constantly serving the beast system. All right, serving the elites. All right, and going by what the elites prescribe. All right. It says bringing toils, annoyances and what? Annoyances within the mind, within the body, within the spirit. Alright, of a time full of peril to the Christian faith. Let's come down in a physical sense, disease or blind, in ethical sense, evil, wicked. Alright, because this is a very nefarious plan, system that they're coming about with, a wicked plan. Alright, let's go to the etymology. It says great Salakia.
Strong's G 4192. Panas. Panas.
Alright, panas, which goes into great trouble, intense desire, pain. Alright. Alright. We need to go to all of that. They come out of that. Come out of that. And let's go to the word Let's go to the word. Where is it? Where is it? All right, which is this. So.
Strong's G 1668. Elkas. Elkas.
All right. All right, Elkas. Right. It says this is the word for so. It says a wound, especially a wound producing a discharge, pus, a sore, an ulcer. All right. Let's go to that word ulcer in web search. All right. An ulcer is an open sore or on an external or internal body surface such as the skin or the lining of the stomach. Because the term refers to multiple conditions, effective management depends on the type you are experiencing. All right. All right. All right. Let me see something here. All right. Let me see something also, and its association with all right, so good. All right, because this is what this thing is going to bring here with you. Now it says now I type in ulcer and its association with cancer, but this is what they give here. But we go to eat the meat, spit out the bone. All right. Stomach ulcers do not directly turn into cancer, but they share the same primarily root cause. All right, and can be used. And it says from chronic inflammation from untreated infections can cause precancerous cell changes over time, significantly increasing your risk to developing stomach cancer. All right, but this ulcer, this pus here, what is going into is actually going into cancer. All right, is actually going into cancer because the radiation. All right, let's go to this here. Let's go to this here. Does radiation right? So it says yes. All right, asks, does radiation causes cancer? All right, it says yes, certain types of radiation causes cancer by damaging the DNA inside your cells. However, whether radiation poses a risk depends entirely on its types, these dose received, and the duration. The dose you receive and the radiation and the duration of exposure. All right. Ionizing the types of radiation and cancer risk. Ionizing radiation, high energy. This high energy, all right, high energy, and this is what this thing is all about here. Pursuant to the 6G technology and whatnot, so forth, a high rate of energy. This thing is going to be using and pushing off a high rate of radiation. All right, it says this type has enough energy to knock electrons out of atoms, which directly damages DNA. Over time, unrepaired or mispaired DNA can lead to can lead to cancer. Common sources include X-ray and CT scan, blah, 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 blah. Let me see something here. Let's go even UV rays. There we know UV rays pursuant to the sun. That is why these Edomites they can't stay in the sun, but that is for another time. We ain't going into that part itself. Let me see what I could ask here. Does let me see how they're gonna lie here. Let me see something here. Let me see something with the thing here. The 6G, how to with this boy? The 6G has a high radiation output. Let me see. I know they would freaking lie. I know they would lie. I know they would lie. Alright, what the hell? Let me see. Anyhow, they're saying no, but we know that is a freaking lie. Alright, we know that is a lie. Alright, because when they had put up the 5G and whatnot during the C19, it had a lot of bad effects on the animals and like the birds and whatnot so forth. Alright, a lot of birds was dropping out of the sky and whatnot so forth because of those 5G towers. So what the hell they feel gonna take place? A lot of people are feeling nauseous and whatnot so forth. Alright, so what the hell they feel gonna take place with these 6G? And the amount of towers that they will have to use and whatnot so forth in order for it to have its full potency and what have you so forth. Alright, we're not stupid out here. Alright, there's a scripture I want to get. You see, and this is the thing here, this is where the scripture talking about these false miracles. Alright, this is where the scripture talking about these false miracles and stuff like that. Let me see if I could get that. These are the devils. Oh, let's paraphrase our scripture, boy. I think it's producer. I don't know. Let me see. KJV. I think that's how to paraphrase it. Revelation 13 and 19. It's actually 16 and 14. That is what the Wanaka wanted. 16 and 14. I don't think Revelation have any verse 19. I know it's up to 18. But anyhow, Revelation 16:14. Let's take a look at that. I'll continue to the blue letter. As I in Revelation says 16:14. Revelation chapter 16. Alright, and I'll start at verse 13, Revelation 16 and 13, where it reads, "And I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet." Alright, this is going into the 3 city states. Alright, this is going into the 3 city states, you know, pursuant to Washington, D.C., alright, which goes into the dragon, the military sector, alright, within the beast, the false prophet, which goes into the Vatican, alright, and also England, which is the financial sector, financial structure, alright, London, I should say, London, alright, which goes into, as I said, the financial sector of the beast and what have you, so forth, alright, and these, this is the whole system, alright, alright, coming about, alright, for it says in verse 14, for they are the spirits of devils. That's how it's going, right? For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and of the whole world to gather them to the battle of the great day Almighty, to the great day of Yahweh Almighty. Alright? There's what it is with these people here. There's what it is with these people. These people are a bunch of devils working false miracles, because when they go to Revelation, Thessalonians, because remember what this whole thing is all about. What is the how they're selling this? How they're selling this to you? They're selling this to you, all right, by faster technology, faster way in accessing the internet and what have you, so forth, this, that, the other, everything is going to run smooth, the whole system, from trade and commerce and everything, even domestically with the citizens, and what have you, so forth, you being incorporated with it. It could help you. It could help you to see again. It could help you to walk. These things. This is what it is all about. Thessalonians. Let's go to that. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. Chapter 2. And I think I will go straight to the point. I'll go straight to the point, which is from 2 Thessalonians 2 and 7, where it reads, for the mystery of iniquity, alright, the mystery of iniquity doth already work, alright. What is that mystery of iniquity? All what they're doing pursuant to the new world order system that they're bringing about, their beast system, and you being fascinated and not knowing the actual intentions pursuant to what this whole system that they're bringing about, what it really about, what it really entails. Alright, so it says, for the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who will now let it will let until he be taken out of the way. Who is that he? Esau Edom. The Lord is letting him go about with all his endeavors. Alright. It says, and then shall that wicked be revealed. Alright, then shall that wicked be revealed. Who is the wicked? Esau Edom, the so-called white man, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, which is the prophets, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, which is the chariots and the nuclear destruction. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, man, which goes into the false miracles. Alright? There's where it is here. There's where the scripture talk about, let me see if I can get that. Satan transforming. Right, this is it here, which is 2 Corinthians 11 and 14. Let's take a look at that. I will stay in the blue letter as I've done it here already. 2 Corinthians 11 and 14, where it reads, alright, I will go straight to the point. 2 Corinthians 11, 14, and no marvel, alright, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. In the NLT it says, but I am not surprised. Even Satan disguised himself as an angel of light. And this is what these people, because this is how they're portraying themselves. Alright, this is how they are portraying themselves. They are portraying themselves, as if, they are the saviors of the world. Remember the scripture says that, they utter error against the Lord. Pursuant to Isaiah 32:5. Alright, they utter error against the Lord. So yeah, there is where it is here. Alright? So are you ready for the next generation of connectivity? Because the next generation of connectivity is actually you being connected to these people via their system. You literally, physically being connected. Alright? That's why, I think it's 1st or 2nd Peter, boy. Alright, so it's actually 2nd Peter. Come on from that. Alright? 2nd Peter. Oh. Actually, 1st Peter, man. What the hell? I didn't see the 5. Alright. 1st Peter 5 and 8. As by the script, I would read it in the NLT, 1 Peter 5 and 8. It reads, stay alert. Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil, which is who? Esau, Edom. He prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Alright? And that devouring is going to come about by their system. And we who are part of the hopeful elect, we ought to pray to Yahweh, why Yahweh shy, that we don't fall victim to this man and his system, because this is the reality. This is the reality of it. This is what they're coming with, and they're not stopping, because at the end of the day, this is prophecy. Alright? This is prophecy. Hey, so I hope you all was edified through the power and spirit of Yahweh. Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakaha Kodash. Alright? Kal Halayam, La Alahayanawa Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Rakaha Kodash. Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh, Barakata Yahweh Shai, Barakata Yahweh. Barakata Yahweh Shai. Double honors unto the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone Natural Well. Salutation unto the brothers who preaching and teaching this truth through the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and the freedom to do so no more than ever. Shalom unto the speckled Israelites, and shalom unto the very few but faithful Akwat. My brother Kahan from the GMS Prophetic Vibration Camp signing out, saying shalom, shalom, shalom. To the hopeful elect, Wabad Babal, to Esau, Edom, and America.